Okay, so let's dive in. We've got this source here, and it's taking a close look at the top 10 most talked about U.S. stocks right now.
Yeah, the big names everyone knows. We're
Right.
talking NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft.
Palantir, AMD, Meta, Amazon, Netflix, Broadcom, the whole lineup.
Right.
And our mission really for this deep dive is to kind of zero in on what this analysis is saying is really moving these stocks. And maybe more importantly, what it suggests you, the listener, might want to consider depending on, your own investment goals.
And what really jumps out right away from this analysis is just how dominant the AI narrative is. It's everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just the chip makers, though they're obviously central.
Yeah.
NVIDIA, AMD,
Sure.
but the source flags it for Meta, Microsoft, Broadcom too. It's like this massive undercurrent affecting so many of them.
It really is. And beyond just that big AI wave, the source also, digs into specifics, company news, external stuff.
Like earnings reports.
Exactly. Like earnings. Tesla's Q1, for instance, flagged as weak. Profits, revenue down significantly.
Yeah, I saw that. A contrast to AMD, which apparently had a strong Q1, according to this.
Right. And then there's NVIDIA. Everyone's apparently got their eyes peeled for their upcoming earnings. A big one to watch.
Definitely. And it gets even more specific, doesn't it? Like with Tesla, the source mentions the Robotaxi plans.
The forward-looking stuff.
But it balances that against the very real competition they're facing, especially from China.
That's a good point. And Apple, they just upped their dividend, which is nice.
Yeah, 4%.
But the analysis also points to potential, external headwinds. Maybe tariffs on iPhones made overseas.
The tariff angle is interesting. The source brings it up with Palantir, too, how sensitive these stocks can be.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, Palantir apparently saw this huge, 34% jump recently, just from news about a tariff pause.
Wow, 34%.
Yeah, adding to what was already a strong year for them, which, again, ties back to their focus on AI and data analytics.
So much interconnection. And there's volatility elsewhere, too, right? Amazon?
Right. The source mentions some analysts are calling Amazon undervalued, even though it's down a bit this year, betting on AWS growth continuing.
Okay. And Meta?
Meta's on a tear, apparently, near all-time highs, fueled by a huge jump in ad revenue.
Which, again, is sort of an AI angle, right?
Okay.
Better ad targeting, platform performance.
Exactly. It's not just about the chips.
And Microsoft. The analysis seems pretty bullish there.
Oh, definitely. Up 20% in just the last month, according to this. The source really chalks that up to their AI integration, like ChatGPT. Plus, good old-fashioned cost control.
Right. And Netflix gets mentioned, too, for strong performance.
Yeah, consistently beating expectations since 2022. And Broadcom as well, benefiting from AI chips, but also that VMware acquisition turning them more into a software player.
Okay, so lots of moving parts. AI, earnings, competition, tariffs. How does the source sort of boil this down into actual approaches for investors?
Yeah, that's the crucial part. It tries to frame recommendations based on different risk appetites and goals.
Okay, so what are the options it lays out?
Well, if you're aiming for high growth and you're okay with the ups and downs, the volatility,
Right.
the analysis points pretty strongly towards NVIDIA. Riding that AI wave, lots of momentum, high risk and potentially high reward is the idea here.
Makes sense. What about for someone looking for something maybe a bit steadier, safer growth?
For that profile, the source highlights Microsoft. Proven track record, strong cash flow, dividends.
Plus the AI exposure we mentioned?
Exactly. That recent AI-fueled growth just reinforces its position in this analysis as a sort of safer bet for steady growth.
Okay, and what if you want to be really aggressive, specifically on AI and data?
Then the focus shifts to Palantir, according to the source, especially given that recent jump and its pure play focus, one to watch closely if you have that aggressive growth mindset.
Gotcha. And for income, dividends, stability.
There, the analysis mentions Apple, especially with that recent dividend hike, and also Broadcom. Broadcom seen as mixing AI growth and acquisition benefits with returning value.
So summing it all up, what's the bottom line from this source?
It seems to land on Microsoft as maybe the best balanced option. Good mix of growth potential and stability.
What?
But if you're comfortable taking on more risk for potentially bigger gains, then NVIDIA and Palantir are the ones this analysis really flags to keep a close eye on.
Right. So considering all those different factors, the AI boom, the company specifics, the risks, the potential rewards outlined here, really comes down to a personal question for you, the listener. Which kind of approach feels most compelling to you right now?